Hey, so I'm finally going to record my Saints video, my Saints reaction. Like I said in my Monday night one, I actually have a whole script written, so I'm just kind of going to sit here and read it. And like I said, I'm probably going to not seem as animated. I might come across as a tad robotic. If so, I apologize. But I had quite a bit to say about this game specifically, and I wanted to make sure I got all of my thoughts out there. So without further ado, here we go. So the Buccaneers came into New Orleans on Sunday and beat the Saints 20-10 because the Bucs were the better team. They made fewer mistakes, capitalized on the Saints' mistakes, and made the most of questionable officiating that at times went both ways. So loath as I am to say it, genuine congratulations to Tampa for winning the game. So moving on to the fight, I'm glad Mike Evans got suspended, but I definitely think it should have been more than just one game. I think instead of just, oh yeah, you're suspended for the next game on your schedule, since this was in the division and he has a history of doing this against Lattimore, he should specifically be suspended for the next time they play. I understand why the officials decided to eject Lattimore. Like I just said, he and Evans have a history. He was shoving Fournette, and his jawing at Brady was the catalyst to the fight. But if he's going to get ejected, Fournette should have been as well, because he was also the one that was starting and instigating the fight. He had shoved Lattimore, which is why Lattimore shoved him. If he's getting ejected, you got to do him too. Now, the ejection definitely hurt the Saints way more because Evans was just doing cardio during that game while Lattimore is a key piece of the Saints' defense. It took his ejection as well as a very questionable call on a third down stop for the Bucs to be able to score an offensive touchdown. I don't have a lot to say about the Saints' defense. They allowed 13 points, 10 of which only came after the ejection. They balled out and had Brady literally throwing tantrums on the sidelines. However, the pass rush needs to step up. The Bucs were on their third string left tackle, and Brady had about 40 years to throw when he was able to score that touchdown. For how vaunted our pass rush is, or it's supposed to be, that was embarrassing how we were not able to get anything on him, and that's something that needs to get cleaned up in the coming weeks. As for the offense, there were some bright spots. Olave was able to get open on some deep balls. Ingram and Washington had a drive where they were just gashing the Bucs, and Michael Thomas is back. He was getting open quite a few times, just Jameis wasn't able to get him the ball. He was able to score a touchdown as the game was pretty close to out of reach and ultimately was, but he still was able to find the end zone. I am really, really excited to see him, just continuing to play football, man. It's so nice having him back. But ultimately, it was the turnovers that killed us. Mark's fumble was a great play by the Bucs defense when a touchdown felt pretty imminent. I think a score there would have completely sucked the life out of Tampa. If Olave keeps his feet, he probably scores on that play and he keeps the game just in reach, but he stumbled, fumbled, and the Bucs recovered. With the interceptions, the first pick was Jameis being too aggressive when he didn't need to be. I don't hate it. I don't hate him being aggressive there, but I do wish it didn't happen. The next two were because he was panicking. And with the way he was throwing, I'm kind of surprised he didn't throw a fourth. I get it. Emotions are high. He's playing his old team. Time is sparse. It's starting to run out, and he's in a lot of pain. But those interceptions are what cost us the game, especially when one is directly turned over for, returned for a touchdown. All of that being said, though, I am not giving up on Jameis. His top three receivers this year are guys he didn't play with last year. So there's chemistry that needs to be built. Kamara was out. So that's one less weapon he has to throw to and one less person to use as a decoy to get, scheme other guys open. I think if Jameis gets healthy and has a few more games to build rapport with this offense, then they're going to deliver. Case in point, the fourth quarter in Atlanta where the dude balled out. So the Saints' next game is this Sunday at Carolina. They're still looking for They're still looking for their first win, but they've been close, so I know that they're no pushover. I do think we bounce back and we win this game, but I have a feeling that Carolina is going to make it tough, and they're going to make the Saints work for it. I feel like it's one of those games that will come down to a last-second field goal by either team. Aside from that, so those are my thoughts on the game. That's pretty much it for this video. Again, congratulations to the Buccaneers. They did win. Enjoy it while you can, and we'll see you guys in Tampa on December 5th.